Good morning, students. I am Rajesh, your science teacher, and today we are studying our first chapter, nutrition in plants. Okay, so today is Monday, and it's a turn for our science subject, and we are studying our first chapter, that is nutrition in plants. Okay, so we already discussed earlier about the nutrition in plants. 2 times or 3 times. Okay, we already done exercise questions answers, okay, in your notebook, and now we once again we have to discuss about this chapter. So this is the nutrition in plants. It means what are the main nutrients, nutrition found in the plants. You know about the main food sources. Main food sources we are having an alternate for us, that is only plants and animals. Okay, and now we are studying only about the nutrition in plants. It means what are the main nutrients found in the plants. First is, that is food. What are the foods? Foods are the ingredients of main nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals and roughage. So these are the nutrients which make our food, and you know about that when this sufficient amount of these nutrients present in our food, we have to tell us that balanced diet. Okay, and nutrition. So first of all, you know about that many deficiency diseases can be occur when food are not having this type of nutritions. Okay, so carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals and roughage, you already discussed about that in earlier in 6th class also. Now nutrition, so what is the definition of nutrition? The process of obtaining and utilizing food by organisms is called nutrition. It means process of obtaining and utilizing. It means if we are consuming some food, then you know about that when we are taking inside us, they are always give us to energy. Okay, and this energy we are using for growth and development of our body, muscles repairs, any injury repairs, and for our daily activities. Okay, so what is the nutrients? What is the nutrients? So nutrients are the things which can give nutrition, and nutrition is the process in which we have to take food, engulf it, okay, and utilizing our body. So is known as nutrition. Nutrition used for energy, growth, reproduction. Okay, so this is generally used for our body energy, growth, it means body repair and growth, development, it means maybe muscles development, bone development, and reproduction. It means if any species they are multiplying, their number is known as reproduction. Okay, and it is also due to the energy. And you know about that who is the ultimate source of energy? So sun. Okay, so what is the answer? That is the sun. Now generally or on the classified we have to see the nutrition. So on the basis of that, nutritions are two types. Nutrition are two types. Name is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. It is not a new word for you. You already seen about that. You already discussed. Okay. So autotrophic nutrition, auto means self, okay, and trop means to synthesis or to nourishments. Okay. So the mode of nutrition in which a living organism can make its own food is called autotrophic nutrition. Okay. The mode of nutrition, either we have to prepare food or we are just depend on the food. Only this is the basis. Okay. So if we are depending on the food for others, then we have to tell heterotrophic nutrition. And if we are making self-synthesis or if we are making preparations of the food for ourselves, so that is the autotrophic nutrition. So the mode of nutrition in which living organisms can make its own food is called autotrophic nutrition. So when any living organisms it makes their own synthesis or own preparations of food is known as autotrophic nutrition. The organisms having this type of nutrients are called autotrophs. So those organisms which generate their food by the autotrophic nutrition is known as autotrophs. So autotrophs are the organisms which synthesize their own food. Okay. There's autotrophic. All green plants, bacteria and algae. So all green plants, because they synthesize their food in the presence of light. So all green plants prepare their own food. That is the photosynthesis process we will see in the coming few minutes. Okay, and all green plants, bacteria and algae. So some are bacteria also green in color. Okay, and some algae. Okay, also they are having a chlorophyll like substance also. Okay, so they generally prepare or synthesize their own food. Next is heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so green plants also known as for us producers because they use sunlight to prepare their own food, and that's why green plants are the producers of our everyone's food, maybe the autotrophic or for the heterotrophic. It means those are just dependent on directly on the plants and animals. They are just directly depend on green plants. Okay, so heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means others, and trophs means to nourishment or to synthesis. Okay, it means when anyone nutrition can be found by the hetero. Hetero means other. If we are depending on others for food synthesis, then we are in this category. So in which living organisms depends on the plants and other animals. Those living organisms, they generally depend on plants and animals for their own food. That is known as heterotrophic nutrition. Those organs having these type of nutritions, those organs having these type of nutritions are called heterotrophs. They are known as, okay. So heterotrophs are the organisms, maybe plants or animals, which are directly dependent on their own food to the autotrophs. Okay, so autotrophs are the producers, and heterotrophs are just depend on the food to the heterotrophs. Okay, autotroph. The mode of nutrition in which a living organism depends on plants and for their, and this type of those organisms having this type of nutrition are called heterotrophs. Example: non-green plants. Okay, so non-green plants not having a chloroplast, which having a chlorophyll pigment. Okay, so due to the absence of chlorophyll pigments, they cannot synthesize their own food. So non-green plants are in the category of heterotrophs, and most of organisms we also are in the heterotrophic nutrition because we also not making our own food with the ourselves. Okay. Next is, okay, I hope that you already understood these two things, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic. Okay, once again I can remind. Okay, auto means self prepare and hetero means other to depend. Okay, so if we are depending on others, then we are in the heterotrophic, and if we are making own food, then we are the autotropics. Okay, you just see the important is that all green plants are in this category, bacteria and algae are in this category. Okay, and in this non-green plants, it is those plants which are not having chlorophyll, and most of organisms or animals are in this. Most of the organisms are in this category. Next important thing is for us that is the photosynthesis, and this is the too much beneficial for us because photosynthesis is the process. Photo means light, synthesis means to prepare. Photo means light and synthesis to prepare. So it is a process in which chlorophyll containing green plants, okay, it means the autotrophs, which are the producer for us. So chlorophyll containing green plants in the presence of sunlight uses carbon dioxide and water to synthesize their food. So you can see easily here what are the four things which we need to prepare or which need by the plants to prepare photosynthesis. So it is a process in which chlorophyll containing green plants, generally green plants having the chloroplast. This is the type of plastids which having the chlorophyll pigment. This pigment can be activated after the sunlight. Okay, and this pigment used by the plants to prepare photosynthesis. So you can see easily think what are the four things, like first is chlorophyll we need for photosynthesis, sunlight, okay, carbon dioxide and water. So these four things can prepare food for the plants. Okay, so when chlorophyll containing green plants in the presence of sunlight uses carbon dioxide and water to synthesize their food. Okay, so they are synthesizing their food. It occurs in green leaves. Generally it occurs in green leaves because same things I am repeating, green leaves containing a chlorophyll, and only chlorophyll pigment can be able to perform photosynthesis. Leaves are called food factories. Leaves are called food factories. You know about the factories are the site of the manufacture of anything. So for the plant, food is manufactured at leaves. Okay, so leaves are generally called food factories of the plant. Okay, so now first you can write these things in your notebook, and after that we will further succeed to our next topic, that is the related to photosynthesis, about the equations and what is the process of photosynthesis can be done, and main important points. Okay, first you have to write down. Once again, now we are discussing our next topic. Okay, so first of all, you have to see, we already discussed about the food, okay, and photosynthesis, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So now we more study about the photosynthesis. Okay, so first food synthesized in the form of glucose and then stored in the form of starch. So when plants prepare their own food by the help of photosynthesis, you already seen some characteristic features or some characteristic things through plants can prepare their food. That are the four things: carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, and sunlight. Okay. So when the process is going on in the daytime, or if necessary sunlight is available in our atmosphere, so with the help of plants prepare food in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, and sunlight. Okay, sunlight they can take from atmosphere, from the sun. Okay, that is the energy, ultimate source of. Okay, once again you have to see who is the ultimate source of energy. That is the sunlight or sun. Okay. And carbon dioxide they can take from the atmosphere. Water already in our ground level. Okay, and they can taken with the help of roots or roots hair. Okay, and chlorophyll already contained in the green leaves. That contain in the chloroplast, and sunlight is from outside. So first product is formed, that is the glucose, and oxygen, that is the byproduct, can be available for us for breathing purpose. And glucose first made in this process, but for the convert or for the storage, it can be stored in the form of starch. It is also a type of glucose, but when plants need the energy in the adverse condition, it means maybe the sunlight is not available, or maybe during when new birds are coming in one autumn season. Okay, so that time prepared food leaves are not present on the plant or tree. So prepared food in the form of starch can be used by plant for their other activities. Next is condition necessary for photosynthesis to occur. First condition is chlorophyll. We already discussed what are the chlorophylls. Okay. Next condition is sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. So these four are the conditions necessary for plants to prepare their own food. First is chlorophyll, green colored pigment. So chlorophyll is a green colored pigment found in leaves. Okay, in the chlorophyll, and its molecules are the principal site of light absorption during photosynthesis. So light is generally coming from the sun, and it can be absorbed by some molecules which are present in the chlorophyll, and they just activate after that, and during photosynthesis, and after the absorption of light, by the chlorophyll, then our photosynthesis process will be start. Next is sunlight. Chlorophyll has the leaves to capture the energy from sunlight. So chlorophyll has the leaves to capture. This chlorophyll has the leaves to capture. It means leaves capturing only possible due to this chlorophyll energy from sunlight. Plants can manufacture food only in the presence of sunlight. It means in absence of sunlight, it means, or maybe the time when the yellow leaves will become, or maybe the plant's color are not green in color. You know about that, the seedling time. It means when germinations, after just germination, some plant stems are green in color. It means the stem green color also can able to perform photosynthesis. That time leaves are not present, or maybe leaves are short, and that time green stem also can be able to perform photosynthesis only because chlorophylls are present in their chloroplast. Okay. Next thing is carbon dioxide. Plant takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through small openings generally present in the lower surface. Okay. So this, if we say this is a type of leaves. Okay. This is the leaves. Okay, so leaves are having the openings on their upper dermis or lower dermis means layer. Okay, so upper dermis and lower dermis, they are having some small openings, on both sides. Okay, this is the leaf lamella we have to tell, and present in the lower surface of the leaf. Okay, so downside of leaves contain some small stomata-like structure. This is the so we tell us this, that is the stomata, and which surrounds by two guard cells. So here is a diagram of stomata. So many stomatas are present just inside the leaves, just below side of the leaves. And what is the main work? Open stomata works are different and closed stomata works are different. So it's a closing and opening. Okay. So these are the two guard cells. These are the two guard cells. Okay, which is responsible for exchange of air and water in the plants to outer atmosphere. Okay, maybe the water exchange process is known as transpiration. Okay, in the form of water vapor, plants can evaporate their water from their body to the outside atmosphere, is known as transpiration. Okay, so these guard cells are responsible for that, and when they are just open in the good conditions or in the favorable conditions, opening stomata we have to tell, and if they are shrunken or just goes inside or both are connected or nearby each other, they are known as closed stomata. They are known as closed stomata. In this closed stomata timing, maybe some unfavorable conditions are produced, and due to these unfavorable conditions, plant cannot be able to photosynthesize. Plant cannot be able to exchange their water and gases exchange. Okay. So closing and opening of guard cells. So I think you understood these things. Leaves are having a lower dermis having a more stomatas. Stomata just open and close during their, both are having the different conditions, and in these conditions the conditions terminates and denotes that plant exchange are possible are not possible. And then next is water. So root absorb water along with the minerals from the soil, and it's transported to different parts of the plant. So roots are having the root hairs. Okay, many roots here you generally seen in the carrot, radish, turnip. Okay, many roots are there. Okay, so they are just inside the ground. Okay, and from the soil they are just taken up many nutrients, it means the minerals or water. So main functions of the roots to stress or to take water or minerals from the soil which is available in the ground. So water availability can be done by the help of roots. Roots absorb water along with the minerals from the soil. It is transported to different parts of the plant. So a transportation system is found in the roots to the upper shoot system. Shoot system is upper level of ground. Okay, part is known as aerial part, which you can see from the outside. That is maybe leaves, branches, okay, stems. That are the aerial part of this plant, and this can be water can be transported from root to the upper part by the xylem. So xylem having a many tubes, okay, vessels through which water can be run. So once again we have to repeat these things. What are the four things need or require for photosynthesis? That is the chlorophyll, sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Okay, these are four things, and we already studied chlorophyll are green color pigment. Light absorptions only during the presence of, or maybe activation only in the presence of sunlight. Chlorophyll has the least to capture. Okay, so sunlight having the radiant energy, and this heat energy is converted into the chemical energy. Okay, carbon dioxide, plant take carbon dioxide from the outside. Okay, so you know about that. We and it is the human beings and plants both are beneficial to each other, because we need this oxygen for us, for breathing purpose, or for our whole living process, and plants need this carbon dioxide for their different daily activities or for their photosynthesis. It means without oxygen we cannot prepare our own food, and without carbon dioxide plant also cannot prepare their own food. And roots, you know about that. Water can be absorbed by roots. Okay, these things, and you can write this thing. And in next topic, we will see our three more experiments, or maybe you have activities there. That is how photosynthesis can be done in the presence of chlorophyll, sunlight, or carbon dioxide. Or we can tell how chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water are most required things for the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Have a nice day. Thank you.